not know that Duquesne Law School has been around since 1911, and we started as an evening program. So we've been doing this for a long time, and we have a very strong commitment to that evening program. It's going to be here for a long time. There is a need for it, and that's why you're here tonight, because not everybody who wants to pursue this can come to the day program. And so this is a big part of what we do. The juris-doctor program, you can do it full-time, part-time with us. It's the same number of credits, same courses that are required. And we do this basically in the fall and the spring semesters. We have some dual degree programs, and if you have questions about those, we can talk about it. The thing to know about the dual degree is typically, no matter what you decide to do with that, you're going to do 1 year in the law school without taking any other courses. And then you will begin combining courses with that other degree program in your second year. So many students will start in law school and then apply to that other program during their first year. So you have plenty of time to decide about that. Academic programs, we have first year core courses. These are the same for the core courses that run over the first and second year are the same for full-time and part-time students. And so you have a list of courses that you can take. You're there for 4 evenings. This year, we have contracts as an online course. And so students are doing that. It's a live stream class. They're doing that. So that's 1 less evening that you have to be at the law school. So typically you're there for 4 evenings a week. Now with this innovation, it's 3. Once you get into your upper level courses, our students can tell you about the flexibility that you'll have with your schedule. Okay, we're showing the course schedule so that you can see the courses you'll be taking, what night you'll be there, faculty that are teaching it, and that's the schedule for this year. We're currently waiting for the new schedule to be approved, and that's online. And so you can look at that at any time, academics calendar on our website. You're just going to be looking at this year's calendar. We don't have the new one yet. You can see a program that was legal skills, and that's an option for you to take that, but we highly recommend you do that in your first year. So why Duquesne? We talk about the importance of going to law school, learning as much as you can, but also being part of the community of the law school. And Duquesne has a reputation for being a solid, supportive community for law students. There are many, many other things to recommend us. You know, our flexible options, the academic excellence program that you can get involved in to make sure that you're getting everything you need to be successful in law school. We also have a nationally recognized legal research and writing program, and our bar studies program is ranked 9th. We'll get to that again. Okay. So location, it's so critical. Many of you, I'm sure, work in the Pittsburgh area or from the Pittsburgh area, but some of our part-time evening students do come from outside this area, from outside the state. We've had people move, across the country to come to the program. Location is so important. Again, you're part of a legal community and part of the law school. We have a great campus. If you haven't had a chance to visit before the pandemic, we have 3 different virtual tours online so you can see what we have to offer, because we feel like that's important. Even with the evening program, and students will talk more about this, you'll have opportunities to do things with practicums or externships or different opportunities in the legal community. The only thing that will limit you is your own time. So you have access to everything that's available at the law school in terms of student activities and other things that we do. So if you can make it work, we're going to work with you to make that happen. And you can see our location. If you haven't been to campus, we are in downtown on a hill that we call the Bluff. We have a 60-acre campus, but it's within walking distance of all the courts and the agencies and all the law firms and tech companies, that kind of thing. And that can become very important as you're networking and looking for practical opportunities. If you're not from Pittsburgh, there's a lot to recommend it. So we give you this information about some of the accolades that we receive. And so if you're not from this area and you're moving to this area, we'll be glad to tell you more and more about why Pittsburgh is such a great place to live. Thank you. Okay, we like to talk about outcomes. And so when we do that, employment statistics come up because you want to know at the end of this, what is the likelihood that I'm going to find a job? Well, we have very high stats on employment. And this slide shows you that students or graduates are working in many different areas: law firms, clerkships, government, business and industry, public interest, and education. So lots of different things available. Okay. We talk about outcomes and we talk about the bar pass rate. So the American Bar Association, it's now becoming several years ago, asked ABA approved law schools to start calculating a rate called the ultimate bar pass rate. So they said, rather than just telling us, the students at one point in the year passed at this rate, what happens to all of the students that graduated from a particular class? So let's look at that class over a 2-year period. That's what the ultimate bar pass rate is. When we calculate this, we get very high numbers. For the class that graduated in 2016, for instance, 96.72% had passed the bar exam. For the 2017 class, it's 93.16%. That puts us in the top third of the nation for all ABA-approved law schools in terms of their ultimate bar pass success. So that's something we're very, very proud of. That matters to you, especially if you're going to change careers and you want to practice law. You want to make sure that you're at a school where you're going to pass the bar exam. Again, we have that employment rate there. I mentioned the comprehensive bar studies. National jurists at the last time they assessed this ranked us 9 in the country. So we have full-time faculty that work on this. They work in tandem with the academic excellence program. They set up alumni mentoring. There are core competency courses that you can take. So we like to say that things start for bar studies your first year of law school. We start talking about that. And so that is something that we know how to do. We've been successful at it. People ask us about it all the time. What's the secret sauce? They should talk to one of our graduates and get that, because we're not going to reveal that. So the application process. As Caitlin mentioned earlier, lots of students have already applied. Some have been admitted. We're on a rolling admission basis, so the application opens September 1st. One thing I want to make you aware of is, likely because of the pandemic or other reasons, applications to law schools nationally are way up this year. Probably at this point, over 30% nationally. That we're seeing that same impact at Duquesne. Our applications are way up this year. And so we know from prior years what to expect in terms of, if we admit this number of students, this many will fill the class. So we're seeing that those seats are filling up now. So if you are thinking about applying for this year, get the application in now. It doesn't mean it has to be complete, but get the application in, because if we get into a situation where the class is filled, we're going to look at the date that someone applied and say, okay, they made that commitment early. Let's see what we can do. If you're taking the LSAT later or recommendations don't come in on time, that kind of thing, you can still get that application in now and let us know that you're interested in coming this fall. There are lots of things that you need to do for the application. We're happy to go over that with you individually if you want to, and we can talk about that later if you have a particular question about an aspect of the application. In the review process, we have a very holistic review. The admissions team will read every application first, and then the applications will go to our faculty committee. And as we mentioned, Professor Hepner is the faculty chair of that committee. So you get a very, very thorough review of the application. So what kinds of things are we looking for? Well, we're going to review, especially this is tailored for our evening students, based on what we see coming through in the applications. Prior work experience, we give that a lot of weight. Advanced degrees. I think last year, 40% of the class, the evening class, something like that, had advanced degrees. Extracurricular volunteering leadership roles. We want to know about the other things you do. We don't want you to just limit your application to talking about things that you think pertain to law school. Every skill, soft skills, other skills, everything that you have done, you're bringing that to the law school, and we're going to use every bit of it. So tell us about it. Diverse life experiences, and then obviously academic work and the LSAT. We will take the highest LSAT score that you receive. We don't average those. And so we always recommend that you plan to take the LSAT at least 2 times. There's no risk. So if you take it and you think I might be able to better the score, certainly try again, because that will have an impact, especially on your scholarship. Financial aid. So at this level, at the law school level, you're not going to receive a Pell Grant. That's all gone. So your financial aid is basically going to be made up of scholarships. We do merit scholarship awards through the application that you file for admission. We'll make a decision on merit scholarships, and then any loans that you get. That's basically going to make up your financial aid. If you can find outside sources, sometimes there are things where you work, they might offer tuition remission or Rotary clubs, other things. If anything comes across our desk, we're going to let you know about that. If there's an award for an incoming student or a scholarship available, we'll let applicants and admitted students know about that. And then we have some endowed scholarships that are funded primarily through our alumni, and we also will apprise students of those. Okay, and we like to say that we train and graduate ethical, innovative, practice-ready lawyers. And once you're at the law school, the importance of each of those things becomes even more clear. But we know who we are, we know what we do, and that kind of is a good way for us to describe that, because ethics is very important to what we do at Duquesne Law School. Okay. Our contact information is going to come up next. So please feel free to reach out to us. The easiest way to do that is through our law admissions email address, and that's lawadmissions@duq.edu. We are not in the office on a regular basis right now. We are not having people come in just to remain safe and healthy. And so we'll do it as much as we can virtually to get you the information that we might have done in prior years with a visit to the law school, a class observation. Those are still available, but it's online. So we have a huge archive of classes that were recorded prior to the pandemic. We also have pandemic classes, and then some faculty will allow you to be online with these students in when they're live streaming the classes. So if you wanted to do that, Professor Hune, especially, who teaches contracts, is always amenable to having visitors to his class. So we're trying to do everything we can to bring you the experience and get you all the information that you need.